Hey, what's up folks? This is Jean-Claude with Detail Designs Auto Spa. Today I'm going to spend just a few minutes going over some of our favorite lighting that we have in the shop. It's made by Innovative. It's called the ScanGrip Color Match Kit. Now you may have seen this, you may be scared off by the price, but the reality is it is a fantastic kit. I'm going to tell you why today. So what I really want to talk about today, more so than anything else technical about these lights, is the functionality. Where do these lights really fit into shop life? Now, it's different for everybody, I'm sure. In our cases, these lights are all about convenience. Now, we have other lights that we use. We have other lights off screen that we use as well. In detailing and paint correction, there's no single type of light, there's no single intensity of light that works best for every situation. So where these really fit in very well is their convenience, because they're small, they're mobile, two of them are rechargeable. So what happens is you're not really tied to a wall like most other lighting systems. So if you find yourself in, say your shop is packed out and you've got somebody working on the side of a car and they don't have a large area, these lights will come in very handy for you to be able to still be productive, but have intensive light on your work so you can really know what's going on with it. To start with, we're going to talk about the case. Now, when you spend $500 on a light kit, you kind of expect a quality case, wouldn't you? Well, you're fortunate because these cases are actually pretty awesome. Now, in terms of the thickness of the case, how firm it is it janky, does it squeak, does it not fit well? It does all of that stuff very well. It is not an inexpensively made kit. Now, you may notice that the sticker's peeling just a little bit on the edges. That's a function of this kit sitting in our shop since the day this kit was released. We purchased it. It's holding together very well though. The hinges are very nice. The handle has like a soft touch plastic on it. Not that you'll be carrying it all day, every day, but you know, for a lot of us, that little bit of fit and finish, you know, it's really nice. It's something we want to experience when we spend our hard-earned money. In terms of how everything fits together, the foam inserts that they have in place are well sized, so nothing really shifts much at all in here. It's got a foam backer on one side to keep things from falling out of their foam inserts. We've kept our tools in this case most of the time because we like to keep our tools really nice here. You know, in a detail shop, it can get pretty dusty from the paint correction, all the dust flying around. And your electronic devices, yeah, the lights themselves are sealed very well, but still, you don't want that stuff getting on them too much. So having this really nice case is great to have. To see a little bit more about the lights themselves, let's take a look inside the case. We're going to start with the multi-match. Now, where the multi-match really comes in handy, again, is the convenience. This is not a light we use on every single job because it doesn't have a stand. At least we don't have a stand. Color Match, ScanGrip, I'm sorry, makes a pretty incredible stand. We saw it at SEMA. We just haven't purchased one yet because, well, we just haven't needed it. But we really use this light a lot for sitting on the ground and aiming up at the panel so that we don't have to lay down on the ground and look up to kind of catch that reflection of the light to inspect our work. So it gets used a lot on the lower portions of the car. Sometimes we'll set it on top of a stand. Sometimes we'll use it as a light, again, in like an inconvenient area where you don't really want to be tied to a wall. Now, something great about this light is it's rechargeable. So you don't have to worry about having to swap out batteries. Two, it does have a wall plug. So all you have to do is screw it into the bottom and you can plug it into the wall for unlimited use, at least until you forget to pay your bill and then they turn your electricity off. Let's talk about the Sun Match light next. What makes the Sun Match light so great is it's very mobile. This is still mobile, but this is much more convenient. You can even stick it in your pocket while you're working around a car if you need to. It's got a little hook on it if you want to hang it on something. It's not really something we do, but it's very mobile. It's got 2 intensity settings, the same as the multi-match, but it allows you to have a consultation with the client and be able to do a pretty thorough job inspecting the paint. As long as it's clean and it's not getting washed out by a lot of dirt that you can't capture what's really happening, it's a great light. It's also really good for inspecting your work as you go around the car, because sometimes getting a light closer to the source that you're inspecting can give you a better eye on what's really happening on the paint. So yes, more mobile than the multi-match, but at the same time puts out a very intense light. It's also rechargeable. The station that you recharge it in is right here, and it's very simple. Just slide it in, plug it into the wall, that's it. We typically will either keep it in the case or we're going to keep it in the stand, the charging unit, so that when we need it, it's readily available. Now, something else that it has is it's got the little light bars on here, and what that's going to do is when it's in the charging station, it's going to tell you how much power it has, so you know when it's good to go. Let's talk about the match pin light now. The match pin light, it's pretty straightforward. It's got one setting, on and off. Well, what it does have is when you turn it on, you can slide the head. It's got a little glass that focuses on the tip, and you can have a narrow beam or you can have a more wide open beam for inspecting your surface, because as we know, every car has a little different circumstances as far as what light's going to give you the best results for inspecting your work. But it's super convenient for inspecting cars, and it's very mobile, so you can toss it in your pocket when you need to just kind of hit the road with it real quick. Well, that's about it for the ScanGrip Color Match Kit. You know, we didn't really delve into the deep technical aspects of these lights, and it wasn't that I couldn't read off of a list what the technical aspects were. It's that all that information is available online. You should look it up. You should be able to compare do your side-by-side comparisons and whatnot. The main thing I wanted to talk about today was the functionality. How are you going to actually live with these lights, or how have we lived with them? You know, for us, we're very pleased that we purchased them. I'm always pleased to go and speak with Innovative Tools and Technology at SEMA. The last 2 years that I've been there and spoken with them, they really know their gear. They're very passionate about what they do. And you know, the reason I'm bringing this up is there's a lot of copycats out there. It's really better, in my opinion, that you support the ones that are innovating. You know, so if it saves you $100, if it saves you $120 to go somewhere else, if it saves you whatever, you know, the bottom line is if you continue to support those other companies, you're not going to have the ones that are actually creating the new technologies that are going to push us forward as an industry. So I would encourage you, purchase your ScanGrip. That's where it's at. Now, I also want to say I paid for this. Nobody gave it to me, so this is not a paid or endorsed sponsorship, anything like that. This is really my opinion. If you were to do close-ups of this gear, you would see we actually use it. It's blue painter's tape that we've had on the bottom of this forever, because we set it down on the ground. We beat it up, and I want to protect it. I want it to last a long time. So I would say purchase your ScanGrip. You'll be very happy that you supported them. I hope that I was able to bring you some kind of value today and it was worth your time watching this video. Otherwise, feel free to leave comments, questions, concerns, complaints, whatever. Just appreciate you watching the video. Feel free to share it. And until next time, I'll see you around.